Hi, I'm Matt with Main Street Medina, and welcome to another edition of Medina Minute. Today we're going to sit down with a couple friends and familiar faces from around the city of Medina and learn a little bit more about them and what makes Medina, Medina. Welcome to another edition of Medina Minute. Today we're here with Pat Walker of Walker & Jack LPA, whom I've known for a very long time, but have never sat down and had a conversation. So Pat, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Sure. So first and foremost, how did you end up in Medina? Are you from here? You moved here, driving through and said, hey, this is cute?
I got a job here. That was the first thing.
Me too.
Yes.
What was your job here?
In 1981, I got a job with Ellis Brannon, a law office in Sharon Center.
Okay.
And since this is the county seat as a lawyer, I spend a lot of time in Medina.
Yeah. How did you, or when did you create Walker & Jack then?
1993.
Very cool. Where did you grow up? Are you from Ohio?
I grew up in 6 different states.
Oh my goodness.
Started out in Pennsylvania and ended up in Ohio, but in the meantime, there are lots of places in between.
Yeah. Was that like family job changes, travel?
Yeah. My father would find promotions, and it would be in different areas of the country.
Oh, very cool. What was your favorite place? Did you have one, or each place was fun and unique on its own?
I liked every place, but obviously the place I am right now is by choice, whereas the others were,
Sure.
okay, you're living here.
So for you live and work in Medina, correct?
I live in the city of Medina, 5 blocks from the square.
All right, very cool. What is it that you love about this town? Obviously, you've opened your own business here, you invested in a home. What makes this the place that says, yeah, this is home?
I like the people.
Yeah. What about the people?
It's very nice, particularly the neighborhood I live in is a very nice neighborhood, and I'm very happy that we managed to buy a house in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Are you a fixer-upper type of person? Like, do you like doing home renovations?
Oh, heavens, no.
What do you do in your off time? I know you're very busy with work, but do you have hobbies? Like, are you a big reader? Do you guys like to travel?
I think mostly doing community events, and then reading would be most of my time.
Very cool. What's your favorite place you've ever traveled? Do you like to travel? Some people don't.
Yeah, I like to travel. I haven't really found a place I didn't like.
Yeah.
For once, we were out in Carmel, California, and I was walking by a gift shop, and they had the little block figurines of Medina, Ohio.
Really?
Yes.
Like those building cutout things?
Yes.
The Cat's Meow type things?
The Cat's Meow.
Why would they be in Carmel, California?
I don't know, but the firehouse, Chippewa Lake sign, the courthouse.
Did you buy one?
No, I already had them.
It's so random. I wonder if the person that owned the shop is from Medina. My gosh. What's your dream trip that you have yet to take then?
I've been fortunate to hit 48 of the 50 states.
Really?
So, yes. So I'm hoping to hit Montana and North Dakota sometime.
Those are random states to have not visited. Most people would say Hawaii and Alaska.
Yeah, it just happened. I thought
fantastic.
Hawaii was going to be the last one, but we actually had a business trip to Hawaii.
Okay. Any dreams of going overseas or any foreign country?
Oh, it would be great, but I want to see the United States first.
Yeah. When you travel, do you tend to go to historic sites? Do you go to like the natural parks? What is it that you like to see when you go?
We tend to go to car museums and historic sites.
Car museums? Tell me more about that. That's a side of you I didn't know.
Well, it's inspired by my husband, Ralph Jock. He tends to really into cars, and I've found that there's a lot of interesting things happening in car museums, even if you may not have picked cars as your first hobby.
Yeah. Do you and Ralph, do you own a classic car or an antique car?
Yes.
What do you have?
Well, we actually have 12 cars.
Oh my goodness.
The ones I can't say, I was going to say the ones I like the best are the 5 Fieros, but we have a 1964 Jeep that was Ralph's parents that we got redone. It was, his mother bought it at the Cuyahoga County Fair.
Really?
And it was chrome, and it was Indian ceramic pink.
Oh, wow.
And through the years it changed to green, and unfortunately when both of Ralph's parents died, we inherited the Jeep and it got back to its original color and has been redone.
What did you call it? Indian something?
So Indian ceramic, which is a peach color.
Okay. That's an interesting color choice for that time.
Yes.
Do you ever take the cars out in parades, or you just go on joyrides? Do you do
not have that
do you
much
do
time.
cruise-ins?
That would be nice to do cruise-ins. No, we don't really tend to have enough time for it.
Yeah.
At the most, we get to drive them around occasionally.
All right, fair enough. So with Walker and Jock, what is the focus of the firm? It's very specific.
Yes, it's intellectual property, which is patents, trademarks, copyrights, computer law, software licensing, trade secrets, things like that.
How has the digital age affected that? Like we were talking earlier with another guest about TikTok videos or Snapchat and everything. Is that considered intellectual property?
Well, the videos themselves would contain intellectual property. The digital age has made it a lot harder for people to enforce their intellectual property rights, such as copyrights, because now everybody is exposed to copyrighted material and they don't necessarily know that they can't use certain things. So it's broadened the field, but it's still the basic concepts need to be used with the digital field.
Okay. Now you have something in front of you that I have no idea what that is. What did you bring today?
This is a whale tail latch from Eberhard Manufacturing in Strongsville, a division of the Eastern Company.
Okay.
And where you'll see these on fire trucks, on police vehicles, it's a latch so that when the people have toolboxes on the side of vehicles, this latches it to keep it shut. And I brought it today to show the different types of intellectual property you can have on something like this.
Okay.
So first of all, what everybody thinks of is a utility patent, which is how things work generally, or processes, that sort of thing. And so you can have, and there was a patent on the mechanism on how it works.
Okay.
But also you can have a design patent on how it looks, in which Eberhard does have a design patent on how it looks, including the handle. And you can even have a trademark on the handle. The actual, this is a source identifier. The handle is a source identifier. Because it looks like a whale.
It does look like a whale tail. How did you and your husband decide to focus on that aspect of law?
Well, I had a general practice, and Ralph was in a couple different corporations doing intellectual property work. And he came in the general practice, and he was doing intellectual property. And it gradually came that I started doing intellectual property work. And then we just ended up just not doing the general practice, just doing the intellectual property.
Yeah. Interesting. Is much of your work local, or are you doing national, international stuff?
About 50% of our work is outside the United States,
Really? Okay.
And 50% of it's inside the United States. Most of it's not in Medina County.
Yeah, interesting. I'm curious, I love seeing you and Ralph. You guys walk all over the square. I know you come to Honeybee. I can see you sitting out enjoying your treats. What are your quintessential Medina, for lack of a better term, what is your hit list? What defines Medina as, I love going here to eat, here's my favorite place to shop, I love seeing this?
Wow. Obviously, I like the events that Main Street puts on. Those definitely are a hit. Let's see. I don't know. I like walking around the square, seeing the different shops and going to the different shops. Obviously, end up in the Honeybee often. It's kind of hard because during COVID, we're not eating in the restaurant, so it's takeout. So it's whichever restaurant has takeout that is late enough that we can go get it. So it's changed how it happened. So it's changed. But I would say that any place around the square is great.
When you travel, how do you explain Medina to people that have never been here?
That's interesting. Usually they don't ask, but it's usually the issue of, well, where are you from? And you start with Ohio, and sometimes Ohio you have to explain where Ohio is.
Ah, okay.
But I usually say it's a nice small town that has great people.
Yeah, very cool. What is something you would love to see? You mentioned special events on the square. What is something that you would love to see happen on the square as far as a special event? If Pat Walker was going to make an event or a celebration, what would that be?
I think it would have something to do with discussing how we want our government to be, something about maybe a free forum where people can come and talk about what they see, what they need, what they want to see our government to be doing, or how our government can be more transparent.
Okay.
And just have a community discussion. I don't know how you'd set it up. I really hadn't thought about it until you asked me the question.
I think we put down 2 chairs like this and just start talking.
That would work. That would work. And I think you'd find out that there'd be a lot of people with a lot of really good ideas.
Yeah, interesting. What's the biggest change that you've seen in your, almost 30 years here?
Yes. Biggest change. I think one of the issues has been the lawyers in town have a lot harder time getting work due to a lot of the issues of, for instance, the personal injury practice going down due to tort reform, the larger firms getting the wills and estates that the people tend to do as a general practice. I think that's the biggest thing I've seen as far as my profession. Otherwise, I think the traffic, is one of the biggest things.
That's true. It probably has picked up a lot. If you and Ralph ever get to retire, what then? What are you going to do? What are you going to do with the rest of your life? How are you going to enjoy yourself?
Oh, we're enjoying ourselves now. I'm not sure we would retire.
Yeah?
I don't think so. I tell people that if Ralph retired, he'd be sitting at the kitchen table writing a patent, so he might as well be in the office writing a patent.
What about yourself?
Oh, it's a lot of fun. No 2 days are the same. I tend to do the trademark work and the litigation work, and it's always different, and people have great ideas. Fortunately, we're in the end of law where most people are really excited, they're very happy, they're starting businesses, they're doing new things, so they want to get property rights and their new ideas, new inventions. They want to get the new trademark to be a source identifier for their new products, so they're pretty excited.
Yeah.
So it makes it interesting.
With what you do, is most of your work at your desk in your office? Do you ever go to court and plead a case?
Oh yes, absolutely, yes.
Do you enjoy that?
Yes, it's a lot of fun.
Is it like what we see on TV? Do you get to yell and grill, or do you just go in and say, here's what it is?
Well, sometimes you get to be dramatic, but not often. That tends to be trials. And but in front of the judges, you better just be calm and state your case, and that's it.
That's true.
So it depends if you have a jury or whether you have the judge.
Yeah. Last question for you, and I'm going to make it a multiple choice to make it easier. I know you like Honeybee, and I know you like Lemonberry. What's your favorite flavor of frozen yogurt, or what's your favorite bakery treat here at Honeybee?
Wow, I think here is the ice cookies. That's my best.
Yeah.
And at Lemonberry, I don't think I have a favorite flavor yet.
Just changes with the season?
Yes, I think it does. Right now, I think their apple pie is really good.
Yeah, I haven't tried that one yet.
It is good.
All right, I'll put it on my list. Pat, thank you so much for sitting down with me today and sharing a little bit more about yourself. It's been a treat learning more, and I look forward to seeing you around the square.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing you too.
Thank you.
Thank you.